When it comes to pen turning, there are hundreds. Hiya, Martin here. Welcome to this episode of Turner's Journey. I hope you're well. Today it is a miserable, horrible, rainy, wet, grumpy day. But I have been actually really quite productive today. I've just finished filming a short video for the Bite Size Workshop on a single tool approach for turning a slimline pen like that one there. All you need is a spindle, rough and gouge, and in this video I show you exactly how I do it and go through a few other bits about pen turning, including the finish that I use too. Lathe is teaching today, I'm teaching tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. I'm probably videoing some more stuff on Saturday, and then I've got the first of my Sunday sessions coming up this Sunday, which is basically I open up the workshop for a small fee and turners can come along and work on their own projects, and I'm on hand to act as a bit of a guide. It's not a lesson, it's just come along, do some turning, and if you're stuck, ask and I'll be very happy to help. And it's also a really nice way to bring turners together for a little bit of informal turning for the day and to get stuff done. So ever since the Christmas break, I've been struggling to find a routine to get on with Turner's Journey, and I've had so much other stuff to do. I haven't been able to get into a bit of a routine for recording and stuff. So one thing I need to do is actually get into that routine, but it's very difficult to do because once you get out of a routine, it's very difficult to get back into it. So, ow, that's ow, ow. Okay, prickly stuff. Yeah, so today I'm out the back of the workshop. I need to replace this extractor hose here, which is somewhat perished. It's been up here, what, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. So it needs to be replaced because at the moment the extractor feels like it's like sucking through a colander. So I've got to trim off all of this overgrown ivy and stuff in order to gain access to the pipe properly in order to replace it. And as I've just discovered, there's some brambly, thorny things in there, so I need to go and get a pair of gloves. Nothing's ever easy, is it? After taking down all the brambly stuff and all of the ivy out there, I thought I had enough of the metal pipe coming along inside here in order for me to connect the new extractor hose, but looking at it, the metal pipe stops about here somewhere, so I've got to try and remember how we put this ceiling up back in 2020 and remove that so I can disconnect the other pipe in order to get the new one up. So I've got the extractor done now and it is working as if it is absolutely brand new, so that's really, really positive. I'm very happy with that. Now on the other front, with Turner's Journey, as you've probably gathered, and as I said a little while ago, a few seconds ago, I haven't got myself into the routine in 2026 of filming something every day and editing in the evening. That's partially because I'm writing another book, which I'm doing in the evenings, and I just haven't got myself into the routine of filming stuff every day. So I've lost pretty much the whole 6-week buffer that I had originally starting way back in August last year. So do I take a little break or to build up another buffer, or do I just keep going, Or do I do an episode of Turner's Journey every 2 weeks? I don't know. I will have a think about that. And if you've got any comments about whether I do an episode, keep going with every week or move it to every 2 weeks, or shall I take a break to build up a buffer again, let me know. I don't mind. I don't mind either way, but I would like to get back into a regular filming routine, as it were. So since the last sort of episode, there have been a few lessons here, and I've got a little slideshow of some photos coming up in a second for you, so you can see what's been going on. Because another thing that I've been doing that I can't remember if I mentioned it, but because I've got a photographic background and I've got all of the kit, and not all the students need supervision every second of every lesson, what I'm doing is I'm actually photographing the students as they're going through their action, as it were, and taking photographs of them, and then emailing the photos to them after the lesson. And so far they've been really nicely received, and plus the photos are quite good too. And that serves a double whammy, of course, because they get a nice memento of the day, and I get a few more marketing photos for social media and print and stuff like that. And of course, you guys can see them as well. But obviously, if the student doesn't want to be photographed, then I won't take the photographs. And if they don't want them used on social media, I won't use them. So there we go. Everyone's a winner in that case. But now it's just after lunch on Sunday, and I really ought to go home because I've done everything that I wanted to do today, virtually. I've still got a little bit to do, but I can do some stuff at home. And I think that's going to have to be it for this episode of Turner's Journey. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will see you soon for another episode. Take care, have a great week. Bye for now.